Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. May I request you all to settle down so that we can commence the proceedings. I'll give you a small brief about what we are going to have in the next few minutes now. Very soon we will be commencing the seminar on managerial excellence. And then there is a break, a tea break after the seminar on managerial excellence. And then we reassemble for the MAM award function, followed by the MMA AGM. So I think a lot of activities lined up. We'll request you all to be with us from now onwards throughout this evening. And our AGM, as you are all aware, follows with a very good dinner that we have prepared for you all. So we request each one of you who have joined us here to be with us throughout this evening and also join us for dinner. A special welcome to all those who joined us online. We have had the conclave, Southern Regional Management Conclave this morning. I thank all those who joined us online this morning as well. And after a short reprieve, we have joined us again for the seminar on managerial excellence. Very soon we will commence the seminar on managerial excellence. Just a gentle reminder to keep your mobile phones off, and maybe in a minute or two we will give for those people who are having their afternoon tea and a couple of cookies there, and then we will commence the seminar. As you are all aware, the seminar has got 3 segments, 3 presentations. We had the competition in 4 categories. First category was manufacturing. Second category was the SME. Third category was services. And fourth, a unique category which MMA always believes in is the educational institutions category. As usual, we've had about 40 to 50 contestants in each of these categories. We had a very good jury, preliminary jury meet, then the final jury meet, and Deloitte as the process advisor. And finally, we have the winners today. So in this segment in seminar, we will have the winners come and make a presentation of their best practices, which will be followed by the award function, which I was discussing. So to commence the proceedings, I would invite Mr. K. Mahalingam, President of Madras Management Association, partner TSM Group of Companies. We know that he is a visionary leader. He is an alumnus of IIM Kolkata, comes with over 3.5 decades of experience in business transformation, angel investing, and financial innovation. A widely respected for mentoring startups and pioneering third-party loan distribution in India. We have been privileged to have him as our president of MMA for the last 2 years. So now it's my privilege once again to invite Mr. Mahalingam to deliver the welcome address for this seminar, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. Apologies, I'm a little delayed. It took me 20 minutes what normally takes me 10 minutes to reach this place. Anyway, thank you. It's indeed my privilege to deliver the welcome address this afternoon during the MMA seminar on managerial excellence for the year 2025. I extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries, invitees, distinguished past presidents, colleagues in the management committee, members of MMA, MAME awardees, the chairmen for the various sessions today, the panel of jury for MAME awards, and the members of the media who joined us this afternoon. We also welcome the viewers watching this seminar live from all over the country and the world. Must say that when we say watching online, I think our viewership for normal programs itself crosses 1,000 on viewership and a lot more as we go along. I'm sure such a special event with so much to learn must be attracting a lot of viewership today. The awardees will share their insights in the process and initiatives they've taken to achieve excellence, which led them to win the 23rd MMA Award for Managerial Excellence in the year 2025. Congratulations to each one of them, and we eagerly look forward to learning about their best practices. Managerial excellence is a commitment by management to a philosophy of excellence. It involves continuously improving every aspect of management and running organizations at the best level. The core idea is to find better ways to collaborate, share knowledge, take responsibility, listen to others' opinions, and develop solutions for the being maximum benefit, starting with the satisfaction of our external customers. Must mention in this context that I've been involved in this process the last 3-4 years, and every year has seen an increase in the number of applications we're getting and the quality of the applications we're getting. It is indeed very heartening to note that some of the best and blue chip companies of India, whether they are in manufacturing or in services or in education, have been applying for these awards. It really is a tribute to the work done by the Madras Managers Association Group Captain Vijay Kumar, that this award is seen as a much sought after award in all circles today. In this context, MMA is organizing a seminar on management excellence to provide the necessary wealth of managerial knowledge, expertise, and resources to those who aspire to pursue excellence in their managerial positions and integrate performance parameters into the corporate culture. The idea fundamentally being the core vision of MMA being to foster management thinking, knowledge, and innovation, and to benefit the larger community on management thoughts and processes. I think today's session, where the winners share their journeys and their journeys of excellence and practices, all of us will have a lot to learn from their stories. So not only do these awards recognize excellence, but make sure our members and the larger community benefit from those companies who share their journeys. So it's a win-win for everybody. I wish to thank all of you once again for being here this afternoon, and those who participated in the award process and the judges, and all of you. Thank you once more. I'm sure, welcome to a great session. I'm sure at the end of it, all of us will be inspired and more knowledgeable. Thank you for coming. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Malingam, for setting the tone. And I think we are all set for the most important and most inspiring session of this afternoon, that is presentations from the winners. One representative from each of these categories will come and make a presentation on the best practices. So for the first session, which will be from VIT on the educational institutions, I will invite Mr. Lakshmi Narayan Duraswamy, who will head the session, and along with them, may I request Pro-Chancellor of VIT Chennai, Dr. Tyagarajan, to come and take their place on the dais, please. Let's welcome them with a big round of applause, ladies. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the members of MMA, Mr. Lakshmi Narayan Duraswamy is not unfamiliar, but let me once again introduce you for all those people who joined us online and from other institutions today. Mr. Lakshmi Narayan is the Managing Director, Sundaram Home Finance, seasoned financial services leader with over 3 decades of experience across Citibank, G Capital, and Sundaram Group, specializes in risk, strategy, and operations, currently serves as the Senior Vice President, MMA, and may I now invite him to make the opening remarks and kickstart the seminar.
Thank you, Group Captain Venkat. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and esteemed guests. It is my privilege to chair this session and introduce the winner of the MMA Award for Managerial Excellence in the Educational category, Vellore Institute of Technology, VIT. This award honors institutions that have demonstrated exceptional commitment to advancing education through innovation, leadership, and academic excellence. VIT stands as a shining example of such dedication. Established with the vision of delivering world-class education, VIT has consistently raised the bar in teaching, research, and global collaboration. Its vibrant multicultural campus, renowned faculty, and focus on international partnerships have made it a pioneer in higher education. What truly distinguishes VIT is its relentless pursuit of excellence and its role in nurturing the next generation of leaders, researchers, and global citizens. I now invite Dr. T. Tyagarajan, Pro Vice Chancellor of VIT, to share the institution's remarkable journey that has led to this well-deserved recognition. Over to you, sir.
Immediate பண்ண மாட்டாங்க 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Very esteemed Executive Director of MMA, Group Captain R. Vijay Kumar, the distinguished former Chancellor, Professor S.P. Tyagarajan, the Bhishmacharya of Educational Forum, the distinguished invitees from various forums, most respected members of MMA, and Mr. and my colleagues from VIT, very good afternoon to all of you. Yeah. It's indeed a very unique honor and rare privilege to be present here in such an elite forum to present best practices of our campus. Generally, award means, okay, you come and have the award, but MMA is not like that. You need to prove to these members that yes, we have good practices and we deserve this. Hats off to that kind of a professionalism. Very happy to see that MMA does a lot of good things, seminars, workshops, conventions, student chapters, industrial training, facilitation to consultancy. That's amazing. Past 70 years we have been talking about bridging the gap between industry and academia. The steps taken by MMA is amazing. I think we need to applaud the great gesture of MMA to bridge the so-called gap between industry and academia. So I have given 15 minutes time to showcase some of the best practices. For an educational institution, whoever may be the stakeholder, somebody wants to Are you ready, madam? Okay. Thank you. If somebody wants to pick up an institution, irrespective of the stakeholder, what metrics we have to handpick an education institution? Whatever may be the kind of collaboration a stakeholder wants. The first and foremost thing is the academic aspects, which contains the curriculum design, what is innovation in that, the teaching learning process, and the evaluation. That's the first and foremost thing. The second thing is the academic research. The NEP also points out how even an undergraduate program itself you can have the academic research. Moving from academic research to the sponsored research. An industry has a problem, whether an academic institution is pitching in to solve the problem. Third is the translational research. Any product is coming, commercialization of the product, technology transfer, commercialization of the patent. That is the second aspect. Next comes the faculty and the students' potential, the activities that's going on, the infrastructure, and the governance. These are the metrics whoever you call the stakeholder can think of when he wants to have a handshake with an academic institution. This is what is being looked at even by the accreditation agencies like NBA, ranking agencies like NIRF, QS ranking. All these guys, they only look at that. Keeping that in mind, I have a couple of slides to share with my joy, along with my colleagues, how we embrace this in letter and spirit. Is that fine, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Yeah.
నీవేనా నీవేనా నన్ను
Yeah, it's only 22-second video clipping, which has come about 25 plus nearly 65-70 years back. An innovative director brought the picture called Maya Bajar. The beautiful lady is Savitri. The gentleman who is on the other side is Nageswar Rao. There are three important, interesting takeaways which I wanted to showcase here and connect this with the best practices of our institution. The lady is bringing some kind of a box with all of our thing. Another interesting thing is there are no wires like this. No wires. And the beautiful thing here is Wi-Fi connected. Yeah. This is not my wife laptop. Okay.
నీవేనా
So-called Skype, the so-called video call, which was thought about 70 years back by the visionary, innovative director. He deserves an applaud, not Professor Tyagarajan. He deserves an applaud. Jordar Talia. Jordar. He deserves. When no computer was thought of. Yes, sir? Pantulu, oh, he is from Kadiri, near Anantapur. Yeah, Pantulu. Thank you, sir. The gentleman thought there will be a laptop, there will be a wireless network, and there will be a video conferencing. So that's the kind of innovation people thought, the visionary leaders of our institution. Yeah, these are our visionary leaders who are pioneers of such innovation, ladies and gentlemen. They also deserve an applause from all of us. Zordar Talia. 40 years back, with a simple 180 students in a small village called Abdullapuram. Today, in 40 years, across India, more than 110,000 students study in these campuses, means though they deserve that kind of innovation. Our Chancellor, the Vice Presidents, the Vice Chancellor, and this guy is myself, who was taken a little bit earlier. I lost hair, is Professor Tyagarajan, and those are the leadership team. We have these 4 campuses. The green campus on the 2010 is Chennai campus. This is the milestones. I was telling you, 40 years back in 1984, we started like a simple college, Vellore Institute of Technology, with 3 branches, 180 students. And today, in 40 years, this is the travel. You name an agency which need to be accredited. We embraced that. You name an agency in India or abroad who ranks. We have an indelible impact in that ranking system. Anybody can make sophistication. It needs a genius to make simplification. Look at our vision statement. Very simplified, straightforward statement. Transforming the life through education and research. Bas. Majority of the education institutions, if you see the vision, it will be like one paragraph. Straightforward. You can replace the life by society, transform this society through education and research. Simple, straightforward. And that vision is implemented through straightforward 5 missions. Critical thinking, the innovation ecosystem. Innovation is the buzzword in every component I suggested in the beginning. Effective workforce in terms of faculty and students. Active collaboration, whether it is industry, whether it is R&D organization, whether it is an education institution in India or abroad, and service to the society. These are the components which helped us to implement the vision. This is interesting governance. It's not a one-man show. It's totally a collective wisdom. Transparent. Every portfolio, the input is taken from them and the decision making is done. This is one of the best practices you can see where you have delegation of work with a collective wisdom. Not only in terms of the governance, we also embrace the regulatory body who monitors it, statutory bodies. In the Executive Council, you have people from UGC. That is not being denied. When a budget is popping up, it is coming up from the school, not from the top to bottom. That's another interesting best practice, what we see. And grievances at all levels, in line with the regulatory body like AICT or UGC, Internal Compliance Committee, for example, Anti-Ragging Committee, for example. So that's the kind of governance that is taking place, which I name it as one of the best practices. Then comes our academics. Even before the NEP has come out, our chancellor, visionary chancellor, embraced the concept of multidisciplinary approach. In our campus itself, we have engineering, management, where I'm sure the esteemed members here have collected the cards. I'll invite you to have some kind of a collaborative activity for the benefit of students as well as MMA. Science, commerce, humanity, law, fashion. The multidisciplinary approach is always there in our campus. That's another interesting best practice I project under academics. Another important thing is OBE. That's the buzzword we call in academics. We call outcome-based education. Hitherto it was output-based education. You just look at the numbers and then evaluate how the performance is. This is outcome-based education. The outcome-based education in 3 verticals. One is curriculum, another is teaching learning, and third is evaluation. How this OBE is embraced in letter and spirit, not for the sake of the inspection committee that comes and verifies. Day in and day out in regular practice, this is being embraced. For example, in the curriculum design, the curriculum is not designed just by a couple of faculty members sitting and chatting. We look at the vision of the institution, vision of the department, mission statement, program educational objective, program objective, course objective, industry need, professional society input, regulatory body input. Look at the inputs, how many is being taken care in designing the curriculum, which we call outcome-based education. When you come to the teaching portion, what is being missed is the hands-on experience. It becomes a part and parcel of our regular teaching learning experience. whether it is a flipped classroom, peer-based learning, project-based learning, tutorial-based learning, interdisciplinary approach, we embrace that day to day in our teaching learning process. That is why year after year, past 12 years, more than 900 companies come to our campus to pick up our students for on-campus placement. The highest salary package is more than 1 crore. That is because we have this kind of a curriculum, we have this kind of teaching learning process. You can see some of the pictorial representations where the students make use of the facility in the regular teaching learning. Yeah. Then I was telling you about the academic research and sponsored research. Lakshmanan sir, I have another 5-10 minutes. Maximum 10. Professor Hem Malani, just raise the hand when I'm exceeding. This is about the academic research. Interesting best practice, what I can say here is, we restrict the number of scholars who can be guided by the faculty members. Just we don't allow the teachers to have 12 scholars you can guide, 15 scholars you can guide. That never help. They need to spend quality time. So we restrict ourselves to 6 faculty. The NEP says the research should be there at undergraduate level itself. If an undergraduate student is roped in and have a publication, a recognition in terms of certificate and cash award is given, which is not there in other institutions. We call Abdul Kalam Research Award, we Raman Research Award. In addition, we also encourage the faculty members, if a particular journal has an article processing charge, that is taken care by the institution. This is another interesting policy which I claim it as a best practice to promote the academic research. An education institution should also take care of the societal needs and address their problems in cutting-edge technology, socially conscious research, SDG-based research, whether it is healthcare, whether it is agriculture, whether it is clean water, whether it is energy, environment, you name a particular socially conscious topic, we have a research center here. The faculty members, their workload is reduced to be a part of this research center. That is one best practice we have. UGC, AICT gives certain workload, 2 theory, 1 lab. But here, when the faculty member becomes a part of this research center, his workload is reduced so that he contributes something to the research. That's another best practice. The sponsored research, interesting concept, which most of the education institutions have a challenge. We have a mentoring committee, a stalwart like Professor S.P. Tyagarajan, who served as a Vice Chancellor of Madras University and a Chancellor of another university. He is the advisor for our Chancellor. He becomes the chairman of mentoring committee. Before I submit the proposal for a funding agency to get the funding, it is vetted by none other than the stalwart like this, who has proven translation research expertise. That is another best practice before I submit somewhere. When they invite for presentation, again we have a mock presentation in the campus. Our faculty members take that in right spirit. That is another interesting best practice. Yeah. The to and fro fare is taken care by the institute through the overhead charges. If a faculty wants to file a patent, the money is taken care by the industry. If a faculty has a consultancy and training, 60-40. 60 goes to the faculty, 40 goes to our overhead. Consultancy, 70-30. You have a structured policy, which is uploaded in the website for the benefit of everybody. That is another interesting best practice we have. And then you can see the collaborations after looking at all these things, MS Swaminathan Research Foundation came forward to have a handshake with us, to have an MOU. ERNET, the central government of India, came forward to have an MOU. Industries came forward to establish the Center of Excellences. This one simple on your left side, you can see that simple lab Samsung based. Any product getting out of the Samsung is tested in VIT Chennai in this lab by our BTech students. Can you believe? Can you believe? That is the kind of industry institute interaction we have. That is the best practice we claim. The quality check is done by our BTech students for all the Samsung products in our lab. The lab is established freely by Samsung. That's where the IIT Chennai campus is different, ladies and gentlemen. Another interesting thing is for a startup. Very recently, one student got 1 crore from the cabinet minister. His name is, I forgot his name. The gentleman, can you see here? We also have boot camps, facilitation, boot camps, pitching, connecting with the venture capital. And look at the ranks, how we moved from 0.5 to 4. International connection. Inbound students, outbound students, adjunct faculty, research fellowship, global immersion. Everywhere we have a putting across the globe. And those institutions have a very good ranking by QS, just not handshake with any institution. And one of the students recently was handpicked by NCSU, North Carolina State University, with a $1 lakh fellowship to pursue her second year and third year in AI. And we have signed an MOU recently with the RIT US. If we have a technical event, you see the students coming across the globe to participate in that. And these are some of the alumni. Another interesting thing you all will appreciate is the days have gone where you present a paper in a conference, publish a paper in a journal, get your PhD, postdoc, project, product, patent. But here is the place where we have a technology transfer. An industry problem is taken here, we offer a solution, commercialize that to the industry. So that is where we are different in the sponsored research. Career Development Center, not only for on-campus placement, we take care of every aspect of the career growth of the students. And you have excellent chapters, 130 student chapters. We don't just make the student to become only the placements ready. Holistic development of the students. I connect that activity, can you see the table, with the SDG, 17 SDGs. In with SDG, the guy is a globally ready candidate. So that's the kind of activity that goes on. And you can see the cultural, you can see many students coming from different parts of the world to participate in that, the global footing. And then the student level achievement, I might say, okay, I got it. So these are some faculty-centric policies, and then the student-centric policies, which are all transparently available in our website. Our laboratory is also accredited by National NABL accredited labs. We also embrace the sustainable development activities in letter and spirit in all our activities, e-vehicles, solar, go green, all the stuff, and e-governance. All are in-house, integrated. Most of the institutions, they will have silos of automation, but in this campus, it is integrated. The Pro VC has a dashboard where he just types something, he gets the information. Integrated e-governance. And all that led us to have this kind of accreditation, this kind of national ranking, this kind of global ranking. Today, for data science and artificial intelligence, VIT across the globe is within 51 to 100. In engineering, we are with 142. So that's the kind of output, tangible outcome that came because of these best practices. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patient hearing. Let me stop here. Let me stop here with your patient hearing. I salute my leadership team headed by none other than my chancellor, a visionary leader, Viswanathan sir, and all my vice presidents, including Dr. Selvam, for having that kind of a platform for us to take it to the next level. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I can have a couple of questions.
Please. So that was a very, very passionate presentation, I must say. Thank you so much, Dr. Tyagarajan. And I think, in the paucity of time, I think we'll have to move on with the next presentation, or right, sir? So, thanks to Mr. Lakshmi Narayan for setting the tone and starting the first segment of the seminar. Thanks to Dr. Tyagarajan. May I now request Mr. Lakshmi Narayan to present a memento to Dr. Tyagarajan for coming all the way, the Pro-Chancellor of VIT, and presenting us, giving us your best practices. I am sure there are a lot of takeaways for all of us here, particularly for the educational institutions who are watching this entire program online, and many of them are attending here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, they deserve a big round of applause. They have been selected as the best out of more than 50 institutions who have taken part in this. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. So we move on to the next presentation, which is in the category of SME. May I now invite the session chairman, Mr. C. Shivakumar, and Mr. Srikanth Kota of Better India Private Limited to take their place on the dais, please. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. Mr. Shivakumar is the director, Roots Industries Limited. He is a visionary entrepreneur, a strategic leader known for pioneering asset-light manufacturing and innovative HR practices. He drives multiple ventures across manufacturing, retail, and consultancy, and has received national recognition for excellence in HR. To make the presentation on behalf of Better, we have Ms. Srikanth Kota, Head Finance, comes with over 25 years of experience across sectors like automotive, renewable energy, and healthcare. May I now invite Mr. Shivakumar to deliver the opening remarks and take the session forward.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to witness one of the finest companies which has been chosen to receive this SME award. The company is Better India Private Limited, a very rare company which operates in 3 countries. So you're going to find an SME operating in 3 countries with the best of the safety aspects and manufacturing capabilities. Let me introduce them. It takes me great pleasure to chair the session and introduce the winner of the MMA Award for Managerial Excellence in the SME category, Better India Private Limited. The name is Better India Private Limited. It is Better India Private Limited. Better operates globally across Europe, India, and China, and is a trusted partner to leading OEMs in the wind energy sector. Their commitment to innovation, cost efficiency, quality excellence has positioned them as a key contributor in shaping a more sustainable future. What sets Better India apart is its strong capabilities on safety, sustainability, and performance. With operations moving towards 100% renewable energy use and high reliance on recycled materials, their vision for responsible industrial leadership is both commendable and future-ready. We are eager to hear their inspiring story. I now invite Mr. Srikanth Kota, Head Finance, Better India Private Limited, to share their journey with us. Congratulations, Mr. Srikanth, and please share your journey with the august audience. Thank you.
A very warm welcome and good afternoon to the esteemed management MMA organizations, distinguished dignitaries, honorable members of the MMA, employees of the MMA, and all the valued members gathered here today. Thank you for all. It's a very privilege to speak in front of you. I represent Better India Private Limited. My name is Srikanth Kota, the Director of Finance of that organization. On behalf of Better India, I would like to thank the jury members for honoring us the Managerial Excellence Award. This award not only acknowledging us, our efforts, but also motivate us to strive further in setting benchmark for excellence. So as Mr. Sivakumar mentioned that Better India Private Limited, in a Danish way, better is better. So that represents the better. Before we get into that, I'd like to give some little bit background of the organizations. Better is a European-based company with its headquarters in Denmark. It is primarily formed through IWOF of Vestas, a leading OEM in the windmill industries. And it was subsequently acquired by European investor in 2013. At Better, we are very dedicated to renewable energy and clean energy, the most available and preferred energy source worldwide. Better has manufacturing facilities spreading across Europe, Denmark, Sweden, and Germany, and Asia. In Asia, we have two factories in China and one in India. Manufacture of high-end technology, complex and large in size casting product. So someone can ask, why Better India? What is there? Why in India? So that talks about what is the need. When we look at it, India as a manufacturing opportunity developed, they have found setting up manufacturing plant in India is primarily driven by, it's very strategic and also market driven. It's very proximity to major windmill. You name any big windmill OEMs, be it Vestas, GE, or Siemens Gamesa, or the Chinese companies Envision, or SAMI, or if you look at it, the other European companies like Nordex, and Indian companies like Suzlon, Inox, and so on and so forth. So that's very important to set up the Indian plant, and it also enables us to access to the growing renewable market. From the economics perspective and the operational benefit perspective, it is possible to have cost-efficient manufacturing in India. So when we look at it, China Plus One policy, it best suits to have a manufacturing setup in India, so that we see an opportunity to export outside India as well. Ecosystems advantages that is available in India is very significant. If you look at it, engineering ecosystem is very matured. You have skilled suppliers, you have manufacturers for castings and machinings. We have a significant skill force availability, so it is possible for us to use it. And we do have a government support, both central government and as well as the state government, to incentivize the investments and grow the economy of both state and as well as the country. So from that perspective, India offers a strategic mix of market access, cost efficiency, and operational flexibility that supports its global supply chain and growth in the renewable sector. So that's the primary reason why the Better was set up in India. Now look at it, how young this organization is. This organization was incorporated in July 2020. Hope everyone is aware what is 2020. It's a peak pandemic. We don't know what will happen in the future. But as a renewable industry, we decided, the organization, the group company, the CEO has decided to come forward to Tamil Nadu and make an investment in setting up the plant. So when nobody is thinking about what is the future, when nobody knows what is the future, but we believed that there's a future in India and there's a future for renewable energy. And that's where we incorporated the company, and having difficulties in moving or in traveling from Denmark to Chennai, Chennai to Denmark. I'm sure my managing director, Mr. Bhaskar, who is here, has tremendous willpower to come over here and travel all the way from Denmark to here and discuss with the various government authorities to establish a plant and run successfully. We acquired land in November 20, so it took 4 months in order for us, sign a MOU with the government of Tamil Nadu, followed by which, acquire the land, which is most possible and proximity to the market and as well as to the export. So which means you need to have a port closer to your plant. So that's two critical requirements that have to be met, and as well as it needs to be competitively manufacturing the products. So we kicked off the constructions in December 2020, so which means that the pandemic is still on. We moved away from setting the company, followed by acquiring the land, and then we started the constructions. And the leadership team, including me, got hired, completed by end of June 2021. So it means there are a lot of progressions. We didn't wait for the entire leadership to appoint and then kick off the constructions. So it ran parallelly. So it means there's a lot of efforts from the group and from Mr. Bhaskar to travel all the way to set up the plant. So within 1 year, from December 2020, so it's about, we acquired 20 acres of land in Gumnipundi, which is pretty close to the, I would say, Andhra state border. It's about 5 kilometers from our factory where this plant is located. So which means that you need to travel all the way with all the, what is called, permissions from the government to construct, to travel, to have the plant set up ready. Within a year, the furnace was ready. Furnace is the heart of the foundry organization. Many of you know about that. So the furnace readiness is completed within 1 year. And we had a grand opening ceremony in April 2022, which means that the various installations of the machineries, various approvals that require is available before we had a grand opening ceremony, and which happened in April 2022. And prototypes, products, because we need to develop products, it's a pretty large component that we produce. It's not something commonly available in India. So which means that the resources that we have are limited in knowledge in terms of producing the components, right? So we need to do a prototype, and we need to become a qualifier as a supplier to kick off the product for the commercial requirement. So that took between May and December 2022, and then we started commercial sales from Jan 2023 onwards. On the right-hand side, all these milestones that we talked about, resulted into the various actions that we delivered. One is that timely setup of the plant amidst the round of lockdowns during the pandemic. We spoke about it. Engage cross-functional team across better to set up of lean manufacturing plant. So the group is sitting in Denmark. The people in other countries in Europe and China and India needs to form a team through teams and develop the plan in how we want to construct, what kind of metal handling equipment to be developed, and they don't know about India and we don't know about the component. But it requires a collaboration effectively to deliver what we wanted to decide to produce. So if you look at it, our plant, it are completely other to the proper ventilation requirement and the safety process requirement. For us, the safety is the topmost priority for our organizations. So we empowered the team. If they find any non-compliances in respect to safety, they will highlight about it and get it corrected. There are various difficulties that we came across in terms of vendor coordinations for both project and operationals. The reason being, 1, it is in pandemic period. 2, we don't know the suppliers. 3, they don't know us. So it means, how do we ensure that the cash transaction takes place for the supplies that we make? How do we give confidence to the suppliers that we are here truly to do the business, we will honor the payment, and similarly we expect the supplier to honor their commitment on delivery dates. So that's kind of a challenge that we had, and we will talk about it, how we address it down the slides. And various regulatory approvals that's required, and we were able to meet and deliver that. Navigating the complex manufacturing process, testing qualifications, that's critical in order for us to be successful and also to be a part of the supplier for the customers. So first one is hiring of leadership team and staff, followed by hiring workforce, and then handling of products. The products that we produce, it varies in the range of 3 tons to 20 tons. So it requires skill set to handle the cranes. And when you pour the material from the top to the ladle, we pour to the flask. We need to do it within 30 minutes, and the pouring time is 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes, within which you have to pour the lead. So it requires a skill set. It is not easy to handle it. It requires, but you have a pandemic, it is difficult to do that, to carry out such activities. And development of prototypes that requires equality testings and strict global mail OEMs. It requires all the ISOs that require to be compliant with. Apart from that, we need to have VDA 3 compliance, we need to have TPG compliance for GE, and all these things accomplished during this period. So project management is critical for the success and the discipline. The stakeholder coordinations, you need to coordinate with every stakeholders. When I say stakeholders, the group companies, the vendors, the project team, as well as the government stakeholders. And managing unknowns. Those are the critical stuff that requires to deliver. So we established this plant to produce 30,000 tons. That's a phase 1 investment that we wanted to do that. And we did that within 2 years from the commercial sales. So it means that we started 2023, in 2024, we are full 100% capacity. So what does it mean? If someone in Foundry will be able to appreciate that producing a product successfully with less quality issues, it takes minimum 2 years. However, we accomplish this task fulfill the capacity within 2 years. So that's a great progression that we demonstrated as a team to deliver that. So we did a lot of process optimizations and efficiencies by identifying bottlenecks and addressing it to innovative way. So we can say that it's a 30,000 tons is the capacity to produce, but in reality, we come across a lot of bottlenecks, and that requires process optimizations. But those things that we addressed it in a more innovative way, though we didn't have experience, the people, the collaborations, both within India and as well as outside India, helped us to deliver this scale. We added 3 customers, all global windmill OEM customers, like Vestas, Enercon, and GE. And we also targeting other potential global and other Indian windmill OEMs. So we are started, and we will be having a long journey in India to progress further. Competitiveness of product and quality. So we felt out how to create competitiveness, because we are talking 2 things. One is renewable energy, and within the renewable energy, we talk about windmill. So which means that when you relate yourself with solar, we need to be competitive to make sure that our customer is successful in competing with solar energy. So what needs to be done from India's side? We need to have an effective implementation of ERP systems. The kind of ERP implementation that we carried out in India is a unique, and it never been put in place in better world before that. So we developed the ERP system in a way that we get all the information required to fulfill the data-driven decision making. Improving quality targets year over the year. So generally in Foundry, the benchmark is 5%. The NCR will be around 10%. That's the kind of a benchmark. But we ourselves look at the benchmark of global. We didn't look at the benchmark of India, because we are not competing with India competition alone. We are also competing with China. So we need to be competitive with the global rather than looking at only India competitions. So we did the benchmark with the global competitions as well as Indian competitions in terms of cost, and we worked towards improving year over year. So if someone asks me, what is the cost competitiveness between China and India, I would say that the metal itself is different, is having a gap of 30%. When the metal itself, raw material like pig iron, steel scrap, is having a 30% differential rate, how one can be competitive in making the product and competing globally. So we did a complete line-by-line item benchmark exercise, not only with our benchmark China factory, we did benchmark with our Indian factory, with the competitions. We also did benchmark activity against the best China suppliers. to see what is the opportunities in order for us to reduce the cost. So we use the ERP to the best to make the decisions based on the data. So the output of that is the state-of-the-art manufacturing equipped to produce single component that can weigh up to 35 tons. So it shows that how big, how large the product that this organization can build and supply to the customers. Operation excellence is achieved with the great lean principles, continuous improvements, and better work instructions adhering to the highest quality standards. So these are the critical elements for us to become operational excellence for the purpose of successful organizations. So what's the theme that we adopted is operational agility, team alignment, and problem solving. Those are the criticals in achieving the results. I just go to the next slide and then come to the slide. I want to put a disclaimer here. I cannot share more of our data. I want to picturize and provide a data that can be maintained confidential, that can still maintain the confidentiality, that can still represent what is the kind of progress that we have made. As you see on the screen, we told that we did a commercial sales from 2020 to 2023, but if you look at it in 2022, we did about 4,000 tons, which primarily to support the prototypes and as well as components to our intercompany units. That's where we got trained. And then from 4,000 units, we did about 16,000 units in 2023, which means fourfold. From 60,000 units, we did 28,000 tons. So that's about 50% increase. And then from there, we expect to have 30,000 this year. The productivity kg per hour, So we measure ourselves, how productive we are. So how do we measure here? We measure each of the employees that work in better side. How many kgs that we can produce for every hours? As you see on the screen, we started with 25 kgs per hour, which means per hour in the sense it's a direct labors, indirect, and the staff. And then we increased to 32, from increase to 32 to 57 to 24, and we expect to deliver 65, which means with the same resources, we produce more. Power per ton versus long-term target. And this shows, I say 156% here on 2022, primarily to say that we have a target that we set, how much we want to deliver. To begin, we had 156% of the target. And if you look at the next year, we reduced from 156% to 119%, having investing more machines. And then from 119%, we reduced to 107% against the target. When we say the target is benchmark target. It's not an internal target that we set. From 107% to 105, which means that from the benchmark perspective, we are away from 5%, and we hope we will be able to deliver that in next year. Total casting cost per ton, we have a X amount, assuming case, I say 100% here, that talks about we were at 100,000, assuming case is 100,000, the next year we reduced to 46,000. How we were able to achieve that? There are two ways. When you start producing the component, we will not be knowing what type of material, what type of specification that we get, how efficiently we can produce the component. And then over the experience, we moved from 100,000 to 46,000, from 46,000 to 40,000 in year 2024, and we expect to deliver 38,000 in the year. Because we are adding new products, new programs, we continue to have that learning experience, and we will be able to achieve it over the average level. So these are the leadership culture that we had in Better. We want to build a young, agile, and innovative culture integrated with the experienced management team. So kind of lead by examples, flat, empowered teams. So if you look at it, our organization, so we will not have much hierarchy. We will have department heads, and all the people reports to department heads. We will not have furthermore hierarchy in the organization. It means that we provided empowerment to the people to take decisions, to make accountable for their operations. Kaizen, Lean, and other continuous innovative programs is what we delivered. Employment, engagement, and training. So we have a department communities. We speak with other production organizations in the world. We also speak maintenance organizations in the world and understand and help each other to make successful organization. We have open door policies, equality among people, When I say equality among people, I just want to highlight here is that we provide food, we provide transportations to all our employees at free of cost. And for all the contractors, we provide free food. We don't charge for any cost incurred for that. And not only that, because the factory is far away from the city, while going home, we provide snacks to the employees so that they can able to withstand the hungry, till they reach the home. On-the-job training, and how we can do the on-the-job training during the pandemic period. We use the OEM vendors to handle the material handling equipment, cranes, and as well as the furnaces. And we use some of the global manufacturing team fly down to India and carried out a training to manage the operations, to provide a training to them. So these are the activities that we carried out to make sure that we are efficient in our process, we are cost competitive, and we also adhere to the highest safety standards. The leadership development practices that we had, behavior-oriented safety for supervisors. It is a kind of a boss training where we assume that if we demonstrate the safety, the next level people the least of it will be absorbed by the next level of people. So that is the kind of training that we provided to the people to ensure that the safety is the utmost priority of the organizations. In our, metrics that we have, we talk about two things. Those are the critical metrics. One is that TRI of the safety, another one is sickness. We don't want our employees to get sick. It is not because we want them to work, it is because that they are very safe in our organizations. So that's the primary objective that we had, to ensure that they are safe, they are returned back home safely, and they're healthy. So from that perspective, these are the two, we have three KPIs among many, and the two are these safety related. And then only we talk about productivity, cost, and quality, and so on and so on. So we have a training on better values and behaviors, which will enable us to integrate the culture of better quickly. So business impact. So what we delivered, ramped up production to full capacity within 2 years, and deliver all KPIs set in the business plan, be it safety, be it productivity, be it gale force. Gale force is nothing but a cost reduction target. As you see in the previous slide, we did deliver a significant savings to that. Networking capital. In one of the discussions with one of the big fours that we had, and we were talking about the various transfer pricing arrangement, the funding proposals, tax compliances, wherein we found that, wherein they mentioned one of the discussions saying that, I never expected an MNC organizations become successful within 2 years. And he said that, better itself a business case for the business case for the graduates to go through and the business team to go through. Moving towards competitive cost against global benchmark, we had a 40% gap between global benchmark, and currently we are 10% gap. So we did, because we are in the renewable energy, we want to source the renewable consumption. So today we are consuming 65% without making any investment, and still get a cost competitiveness. Moving towards delivering of 70% of RM using recycle. So we want to recycle our components. So the 70% of the product that we consumes in our production process, it's all recycling products. So which means we use the scrap that we generated out of the automotive companies. We use machining scripts and such elements. Yeah, so the most important thing is that we want to maintain a cordial relationship with stakeholders, including customers, governments, shareholders, and employees. In the recent event, we were invited by a government official for the retirement farewell party, and I felt it's earned that they give professional respect to us, inviting for their personal occasions, and we felt very great about it. Being a Danish company, we are Danish is the least corrupted country in the world, and we adhere to all the ethical and compliances in the organizations. Better in the accolades. What are the accolades that we got? As you see on the screen, this is the first company, foundry industry, where platinum certification from IGBC is being awarded. So this is something that we are very proud of, that we got a LEED Platinum Award for our foundry. We have a single piece flow for the end-to-end process, so the movement of material is less. Best-in-class destruction system among the foundry industries. These are the rationale for us to be awarded platinum certifications, and we have a superior water management systems. So we got 2 awards in the last 2 years, Best Foundry of the Year, Chennai region, and Best Safety Practice within the foundry industry handling large castings. So these are the key testimonials from our customers. So if you look at it, Nasal head Vestas has given an impressive foundry to us. And you look at it, Paul Mosher from GE, he says that Beta is a global role model in foundry industries. So these are the testimonials that we received. In the shortage of time, I'm not going through each of the line item, but we have been recognized globally by windmill OEMs. So this shows how we moved from December 2022 to December 26. As you see on the screen, there's a significant progressions, and every 6 months you see that there's some milestones that we delivered. So this is what we did the last 3 to 4 years at Better. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Srikanth. A phenomenal story, born during the pandemic and risen so fast. I'm sure you can add one more accolade to all that you have told today. So may I request Mr. Shivkumar to honor the speaker with a memento from MMA, please. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a big round of applause. Phenomenal growth story that. Being an SME, operating in 3 countries is not easy. Wishing you much more success in years to come, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks, Mr. Shivkumar, for chairing the session and introducing the speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we have the third presentation of the day. That is the winner from the services sector. This is Cholamandalam Investments and Finance Company Limited. To make the presentation, I would request the session chairman, Mr. Giridhar Gopal, and Mr. Narendra Kumar to take their place on the dais, please. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. Mr. Giridhar Gopal is the Director and CEO of Addison Company Limited, a seasoned engineering and business leader with over 3 decades of experience in manufacturing, production, engineering, and strategic leadership. To make the presentation on behalf of Cholamandalam Investments and Finance Company, we have Mr. Narendra Kumar, Head CSR, HR Operations and Compliance, Head Cholamandalam Investments. He is a dynamic HR and CSR leader with 23 years of experience in workforce engagement and community development. May I now invite Mr. Giridhar Gopal to make the opening remarks and take the session forward, please.
Respected President MMA and other office bearers, Group Captain and other team members of MMA team, and other ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. At the outset, my sincere thanks to MMA team for giving me this opportunity of chairing this session. Today, some sources are abundant and some are getting depleted. Some technology are rapidly evolving, some are becoming obsolete. Given the global demographic change and the latest geopolitical disturbances and ever-changing consumer expectations, every successful company expects to have the best managerial excellence. Identifying such excellence and recognizing such teams not only motivates the winners, also the participants and non-participants. So my special appreciation to MMA for organizing such events. Now with great pleasure, I introduce the recipient of the MMA Award for Managerial Excellence in the services category, an honor that recognizes operations which demonstrate exemplary performance and innovation in the service sector. This year's winner was Cholamandalam Investment and Finance Company Limited, shortly called Chola, the financial services arm of the well-known Chennai-based Murugappa Group. Since its inception in 1978, Chola has evolved from an equipment finance company into a leading diversified financial services provider, offering a wide array of products from vehicle and home loans to SME and personal lending solutions. With over 1,600 branches and assets under management exceeding 1.99 lakh crore, the company serves more than 43 lakh customers pan-India. What truly distinguishes them is their unwavering commitment to ethical values, financial inclusion, and customer empowerment. I now invite Mr. Narendra Kumar N.,
Head CSR HR Operations and Compliance at Chola, to take us through their story. Over to you, Mr. Rendra Kumar. Thank you.
Good evening, respected members of MMA, fellow award winners, friends. Thank you. Firstly, thank you, Mr. Giridhar Gopal. I think you've done half my presentation already, so I'm not going to take too much time now. You've captured on where we started, where we are, and what's our strength. So I think, thank you so much. You've done some great homework on this. So I'm just going to wait for them to try to pull the, so we've got this. Okay, so this award is about, managerial excellence in a services industry. So what is a service industry? Anything that provides other than a product, a physical product or agriculture. Okay, so it's a service. All of us have utilized some service at some point in time. Every day we do it. And everyone loves a good service, right? So I'm just trying to, so services industry, it's today more than 54% of India's GDP. There is a year-on-year growth of 8%. There are 40% of our total exports. There is a high demand in several industries. Again, the growth drivers are more and more Tier 2, Tier 3 cities are getting into the services sector. So there are more people who are coming to the main metros, and services are getting opened up in the smaller tiers, the second tier and third tier cities as well. There is a MSME retail credit boom that's happening thanks to government initiatives, new policies in logistics, rising consumption within India and also internationally. What is in it for Chola? Chola, the opportunity is we are strategically positioned to deliver financial services to this rising economy in India. We have a vehicle finance business which has been rooted from 1978. Today, with EV finance and logistics, there are a lot more fleet owners in the Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. We are reaching out to them. MSME, informal credit appetite is growing in India. We are ready to serve them. Rural and semi-urban growth. Phygital model, which is the both physical and digital model, and formalization of services. Like there are many new to credit customers in India, so we formulate new policies and create innovative solutions to get them into the formal credit sector. So this is one of Chola's edge. Again, it's a trusted India pan-India kind of NBFC. We have physical presence. We've also developed on a digital capability. So that's another strength of us. And we are positioned to lead India's financial inclusion story. So where did we start? Murugappa Group started, as all of us know, it's a Chennai-based conglomerate. It started in 1900, over 125 years old. Now in over 50 countries, 29 businesses, and across 9 sectors. We have 113 manufacturing locations and more than 83,000 employees. So this is with regard to Murugappa. And Chola, 1978, as my friend Mr. Giridhar Gopal mentioned, We started in 1978. Earlier we were largely an equipment finance company and vehicle finance. But in the 90s, we started securities, and then in the early 2000s, we started 2010, we started consumer finance, 2005, sorry, consumer finance, loan against property, and other businesses over the years. Our latest foray is in CD, consumer durable, and the gold loan businesses. But what guides us? These are our businesses. But what guides us? Fundamentally, what guides us are 5 principles, which we call the 5 lights of the Murugappa Group and Chola. Integrity, unity between thought, word, and action. What we think, we say. What we say, we do. Passion, all of us have a drive to win. All of us have a drive to achieve our targets, and we do it passionately without any external force that's put on us. Quality, whatever we do, we ensure that it is of quality, high quality, and of excellence. Respect, we respect our fellow colleagues, we respect our investors, our stakeholders, our employees. Respect is a very big part of Murugappa Group and Chola. Responsibility, we take responsibility for all our actions, which again, is indicated in the 5 lines. So this is enshrined in each and every employee. From strength to stature. Okay, now we have I told you, Mr. Giridhar has done the homework. We have more than 43 lakh customers today, 67,000 employees, and over 1,600 branches and growing. This all started, it didn't start this way, right? We started off with 3.5 lakh customers in 2000. We didn't start, but I'm just saying about 15 years ago, about 3.5 lakh customers to 43 lakh customers. Employees were about 980 in 2010. Today we have 67,000. And, about from a very humble beginning, we today had 1,600 branches. So I also mentioned about the other businesses, the strategic product diversification that we have done. We have evolved into a diversified portfolio with vehicle finance leading the way still, LAP, which is the loan against property, home loans, CSEL, consumer loans, SME loans, secured business loans, gold loan, and Chola Securities. But what are we doing? What are we doing? What's happening inside? So I'm going to share inside stories. What we're doing right now is we are trying in every way to adapt, innovate, and lead. This has been our cornerstone that we're doing every day at work. A digital transformation from physical branches, we've moved to digital branches. Customers are, we have a Chola One app where, customers can reach out to us and get a loan approved in minutes. Strategic expansion, again, we didn't want to put all our eggs in one basket. We've diversified. Earlier it was only vehicle finance. Now we've diversified into multiple businesses. We are trying to overcome challenges both in terms of market and regulatory. We've registered significant growth, in fact, even during the COVID years. This has led to recognition. We are certified as an upper layer category company, and so on and so forth. Who are the people behind this? Okay, the people behind this are visionary leadership, our chairman, Mr. Velayan Subbiah. It gives me great pleasure to introduce him. He has over 27 years of experience. He's back in the US and in India. Various fields of consulting, technology products, financial services, engineering. He was recently the recipient of the EY World Entrepreneur of the Year 24 last year and CNBC India Business Leader Award. He is also chairman of several other companies, including TI and CG Power. But is that, he is our chairman, he is our guiding light. But our own personal leader, my leader, the managing director, Mr. Ravindra Kumar Kundu. So I just wanted to, share a couple of stories. One secret that we are not telling outside, and probably I'm just leaking it out to you right now, is that most of our leaders are homegrown. Okay, about 90% of our current leaders are homegrown. If you take the managing director, he started off as a senior marketing executive, okay, in 2000. managing a portfolio of 5 crore, right? And in 25 years, he's become the managing director of the company, managing over 2 lakh crore, right? So this is one story. While that's not the only story, the next is our CFO, the man who controls costs for us, the man who controls credit ratings and, gets our funds. He started off as an assistant manager, right? And management audit, and today he is the CFO. In 1992 as an assistant manager, and today, he's CFO, okay, of the entire Chola group. See, this is our leadership team, which is our each of the business heads, right? The CBOs. Balraj Menon, Prashant Kumar, Ashish Potalwar, Pankaj Murpani, Suresh Kumar, Aman Sharma. I also have my colleague, Mr. Mahesh Vaikar here. All of us started off as, branch managers or, at the branches at a very starting level, at a very humble starting. And today, all the leaders are homegrown and significantly, so they understand. So what? So what's the story? The story is they understand branch reality, they understand ground reality, and they're able to create policies and drive business growth, even when they are far off from the fields and in the head office. People have always been our greatest differentiator. We take a human-centric approach. We put humans in the center of our policies. We invest in talent. We empower and recognize our employees, our teams. Technology is a big part of the growth story, and we realize that we understand that without technology we can't get into the next. What has brought us here cannot take us further. So we need to invest in technology for people. Technology doesn't mean that it's far off. We remove people from operations. No, we are still a very, very human centric company. We humans are the core of our operations, and that's why you have a HR person here while presenting for this category. We have always constantly been encouraged to step outside our comfort zones. Growth, vision, and credibility are forged in discomfort. This is something which we strongly believe. I have my own story where I was asked to move out of HR at one point in time, take over another role of CSR, and I didn't know head or tail of what CSR was, but I learned, and so that is a very strong story that you will see across all our executives, where we have been offered an opportunity to step out of a comfort zone, whatever we've been doing for a long time, and try new roles. So this is something which is at the heart of Chola. There have been instances where some of the projects that the teams have tried outside their comfort zones have failed, and this has been a story where we have been given another opportunity, where our business leaders have been encouraged to start new businesses, and even if they fail, they're given another opportunity to reboot, restart, and recreate. That's something which it's a constant story at Chola. I don't know if I should introduce my CFO who's just walked in, Mr. Arul Selvan. I showed you his photograph, but he's just there, right there. Our philosophy has always been service first mindset. Again, it's not just because we're in the services industry, but service first mindset. We try to take every transaction, every role as an opportunity to serve others with genuine intent. We try to uplift lives. Our motto is enter a better life at Chola. So even for our customers, we try to give wings to their aspirations, to their dreams, and the same works for our employees as well. We try to uplift lives and, of course, trust in every transaction. So the fundamental philosophy in the Murugappa group, right, from our beginning, was about that the fundamental principle of economic activity is that no man you transact with will lose, and then you shall not. So that has been our driving force. Right. So this is the next one is something which my chairman keeps telling us at every meeting. He always says that he probably learned it from his from his mentor, the bottleneck of the bottle is always at the top. So this is a constant reminder. He makes it a point to remind all our leaders that, is our leadership evolving every 18 months? Are we rethinking our roles to meet the demands of the changing world? Are we empowering our teams? This is something which Chairman keeps driving, and this is with all our leaders and all our management committee team members. What is our philosophy? This apart from all of this, it is authenticity over authority. So, while it is easy to just drive down policies down people's throat and say, no, this is how it is. All our leaders take time to authentically connect with our employees to make them understand why a certain policy or a certain decision is being taken at the leadership level. Innovation through inclusion, we believe in including customers, stakeholders, employees, regulators, everyone through innovation. There is diversity of thought, which is our greatest advantage. We encourage people to think differently, to come up with new ideas, and sustainability through systems. Without systems, there is no sustainability. You just can't have people all the way if you are trying to build a sustainable organization in the long run. So there are systems in place for enduring processes and cultures. Impacting lives, a customer focus, like I told you, we put the customer in the center and try to draw the products around them instead of creating products and trying to find customers for that, for them. Empowerment, we provide financial solutions for new to credit employees, new to credit customers as well, to enable individuals and small businesses to achieve their dreams. So many of our customers have been drivers and first-time vehicle owners. Apart from this, there is a large, consolidated, consistent drive to reach the community, not just in the areas where we operate in, but across India, across all SDGs, through our CSR teams. CSR doesn't stop with only the CSR team that drives it. There is a socially responsible corporate citizen program where all employees are encouraged to bring in their projects, and we execute it along with the employees, and that way the employee takes ownership for the community as well. What is our way forward? Future forward, sustained momentum, continued expansion. We are positioned now to progress geographically and deepening penetration in key markets, in the markets that we are operating. Innovation, there is new investment, there is continued ongoing investment that's happening in technology and digital systems to enhance our customer experience and operational efficiency, improve operational efficiency. Strategic focus, I've already mentioned that. We have a diversified product portfolio and a commitment, of course, to our stakeholders, to all our stakeholders for sustainable growth. In the last slide is basically about believe in India, believe in Chola, and believe in yourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Narendra Kumar. It's been a very, very lucid presentation, and you kept it very, very cryptic of what the achievements are and what the good practices of the organization are. I think with this, we come to the end of this seminar. The 3 presentations from the winners have been completed. So before we move on with the award function, and before that a tea break, it's my pleasant duty to have proposed the vote of thanks, and for that I'll invite Group Captain R. Vijay Kumar. Yeah. So, yeah. So Group Captain Vijay Kumar, as you are all aware, is the Executive Director MMA. He's been the Executive Director since 2007. Was awarded the Vishish Seva Medal by the President of India for his service in IF for over 3 decades. Before he proposes the vote of thanks, may I request the Chairman of the session, Mr. Giridhar Gopal, to hand over a memento to the Speaker, and also Group Captain Vijay Kumar, may I request you to come on stage, please. Let's give them a big round of applause. Phenomenal story of Chola. Thank you so much, both of you. Thanks, Mr. Giridhar Gopal.
Thank you, Venkat. It's a formal vote of thanks. I know I am only between you and the very good high tea has been prepared by my team, actually. But it's my customary to thank the people who have taken so much of effort to come and do the presentation. In MMA always believed and recognized the excellence, not only in for managerial excellence, also business leadership award. You know, the previous recipient was Mr. Chandrasekharan, chairman of Tata Sons. But let me thank all the chairmen and the speakers who have joined us and made them inspiring presentation so that the people who are watching here as well as on live really know that how they are so worthy and deserving to receive this award. I also thank our 700 viewers watching the program live, and we'll be breaking for about 45 minutes. Thereafter, again, the award function will start at 6 o'clock. And thank you for joining us on online. And also, I must, failing my duty, if I don't really thank the sponsors. Without him, I don't think we could have achieved so many things what we are doing. Our sponsors for the award function, Tata Consulting Services, Sundaram Home Finance, Danfoss, Tanfac Industries, Deloitte is the consultant for the award, media partner, the Indo Business Line, digital partner, the federal the members of the media, distinguished past presidents, MMA invitees, and Mr. Mahalingam, president of MMA, who has been at the forefront supporting us, pushing us to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, now I invite you all to join us for the high tea and get back by 5:55. We'll start shop at 5:55. We'll start the award function. Thank you again for joining us this evening. It's a pleasure to have you with us.